Hello and welcome to the video. Before we get started, if you'd like to provide input on future content and get our weekly newsletter, click on our survey. The link will be below. We also have a report on Ethereum 2, along with a bonus report on why you should learn Solidity now. Again, the link will be below. Now on to the video, and thank you. Okay. So I'm continuing to work on the Solana, and I'm kind of caught up in this one issue, which is the data being pushed in may not be the exact size. And let me show you the code here. Let me bring it up. Let's see. Trying to find the, here we go. So this is, bring this in. So I'm running into issues right here, where I'm trying to, I have the information, and let's see where I use it. I'm trying to get the instruction data into a form that I could set to the grading account. And I tried this method pop, and initially it tried into expect. And because this was not necessarily 32 bytes, I would run into an error. They call it a panic. Panic is sort of the program doesn't know what to do. So I've been trying various things to try to tell it, okay, to handle this situation. Now, I found some interesting articles related to this. Let's see, which is the one? I think this will do it. Okay. This is, so, is this the right one? This is it. So this article here, basically, the example code, I've seen example codes where they use unwrap. The problem with unwrap is that it doesn't know if it doesn't have, something is wrong, like it's expecting 32 bytes and it has no bytes or something like that. It's just going to panic and crash, as we see with the program here. Let's see if I can show you. There. See, this panics, and because it's expecting on line 31, let me move it up one. Well, I changed it a little bit, but it was expecting a certain length of a slice, and it didn't get it. So the question is how to deal with that. And that's where this article comes in. And they talk about, panic. This is the case where you're supposed to get a URI, and if you have the wrong one, if you use this unwrap, it's going to panic. They're not going to get a response. And in Rust, they have the way to do it is, well, first they use a match, which is like a switch statement in C or Java. Java use switch case. Well, you get the idea. In C, here they explain it. It's like a C switch. Okay. And if it matches this, this value here matches okay, is okay, then you return the value. Otherwise, you're going to return a response, which is going to be, you're going to tell it it's okay. I'm not sure what this futures is. Either it's sort of kind of either A or B. Response with the status and the byte, so the user will know what happened. So what I was trying to do in the code was is put in some kind of default, because there are, let's see if I can find this. That's either match. I was looking for, no, see if unwrap. So you have other ways of handling unwrap or unwrap with default, unwrap or else, to help you handle those situations. So I have a couple of ideas. Perhaps make sure that I have some kind of padding or buffer. Check to see that let me go back to the code, which is here. Try to make sure that what's passed in here is 32. See if I can find a way to get rid of the 32. That may be another thing. I think I kind of copied that from the example I had found. So that's kind of where we are, and this is kind of the big bugaboo that's keeping this from working. But the other thing I learned, so I think this is the right one. So when you're working in the TypeScript, there is a type that you can use that I'm using. Let me see if I can find it. To handle that 32-bit array, you have a uint8 array. So that is an actual class in T-script, or I think JavaScript as well, and you can see you can allocate it. You can allocate an array buffer. I was trying to try something there. So this trying to get my bytes to kind of line up and handle the situation where it is, so it does not panic. So if it doesn't have what it thinks it should have, it'll find a way to either mold it, like, for example, if the instruction says not 32 bytes, make it 32 bytes, put in some kind of padding or something like that, find a way to work around that, and see if maybe I can work around requirement for that 32 bytes. And see if that works. That's another option I have with this. So basically, that's where I'm at on that. And I'm certainly learning Rust, and hopefully I'm teaching you a little bit about Rust as I'm going through this. Rust is a bit more complex than Solidity, but it's quite powerful. You know, there's always... in anything with this stuff, there's a trade-off between power and ease. Trying to think of an example. Oh, boy. Let's see. How powerful something is versus easy. Well, you know situations where you could set something up or use the easy mode, let's say, on a configuring something, and it's very limited. They do a lot of for you under the hood, versus the full power is being able to actually get in there and adjust everything. Example, I know a good example. You have, years ago I worked with something called Remedy, which the coding was easy, but it would create your whole Oracle database in the background, so you had very little control. But you didn't have to do a whole lot. As opposed to creating your database and writing some Java code to talk to it and writing a UI and so on. And heaven pretend that you messed something up deploying. Literally, I kid you not, if you had something wrong with the code that you were deploying in the system, it can totally blow away your database. But that's neither here nor there. Excuse me. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful, and I think we're going to learn a little bit of Rust together as I try to sort this out. And, well, if any of you have actually made and dealt with this issue of trying to get these things to match up, feel free, write a comment, tell me what's really broken in my code. And anyway, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.